This organizer is made from a reusable bag that I got for free. We always get these bags from somewhere and I do accept them as they do have many uses in my house. You can even use rice bags. These are usually very sturdy, especially these cloth type ones. These are ideal. I like using the ones that have a cloth-like feel to it and can stand up on its own. The types of bags that you get sometimes that feel plastically, I haven't been using those. I'm using a brightly colored bag for this tutorial today so that the layers show up more easily. This bag is about 14 inches long by 12 inches wide. Today I'm making an organizer for my 5-inch by 8-inch purse. This method will make an organizer that is about 1/4 of the length of the bag, which in this case ended up being about 3 3/4 inches tall. I want the organizer to fit snugly in the purse, so I'm making it about 7.5 inches wide. I'm starting with an inverted bag here and sewing a line straight down at the 7.5 inch mark. You definitely do not need a sewing machine for this project, but it does make it a lot easier. Once the bag is sewn, I can cut off the excess material and leave a small 1/4 inch seam. Next, I invert the bag right side out so that the seam is on the inside. Then I smooth it out and lay it flat. Now I'll visually cut the bag in half and invert the bag again at the halfway point. I do this by placing my thumbs on the inside of the bag at both sides, and I use my fingers outside of the bag to walk up to that halfway mark. I use the fingers on the outside as an anchor and flip the bag inside out. Then I try to align the edges and flatten everything out again. The top edge is now meeting the bottom of the bag. Now I'll repeat this process on the top edge of the bag. I'll find that halfway mark, place my thumbs in the bag, and use my fingers again to walk to that halfway mark. Use those fingers as an anchor and my thumb to flip the bag right side out now. Then I'm going to line up the edges again and smooth everything out. Now for the hardest part, which is tucking in the bottom piece. The easiest way to do this is to open the bag wide and again use your finger on the inside to hold at the point of your fold. Here I'm using my left hand fingers on the inside and pushing the bottom of the bag inward with my right hand. This will invert the bottom portion of the bag to form the middlemost pocket of the organizer. Then I repeat this on the other side, again using a finger on the inside of the bag as an anchor and keeping the bag open wide makes this fold much easier. You can really see the organizer pockets starting to take shape here. Just keep smoothing and pulling the edges so the sides line up straight and your organizer is smooth and flat. My directions yield the front side of the bag on the side that gives 3 pockets. If you want 4 pockets, start the folding process with an inverted bag. I'm going to take this back to the sewing machine now to make my pockets. I like to keep mine simple and just sew 2 pockets using 1/2 of the layers. This gives me enough dividers for everything that I keep in my purse, but you can definitely make as many pockets as you need. It's a very versatile system. I just run my sewing machine forwards and backwards at that middle point in order to make the middle pocket. For this connection, I take the line all the way to the bottom of the organizer, which isn't that difficult considering the organizer opens wide. The last step is to connect the 2 edges of the organizer. For these connections, I use the seams of the bag to my advantage to ensure that everything is centered. I just take this connection as far down with the machine as I can go. This ended up being about 1.5 inches in length, and I repeated this for the other edge. After a few simple lines, the organizer is almost done. I just quickly trimmed the extra string and can now fill it with all my daily necessities. The material is nice and lightweight, but it still has a sturdiness about it so that it can stand up straight on its own. The pockets are also generous in size and I can easily separate items so that like is with like. This organizer is so helpful to me. Every item in my bag now has a home, and I can store everything vertically to allow me to easily access them. You can customize this to your specific items that you carry with you. This organizer has definitely saved me so much time, and I think it's a lot safer too to be able to access all of my important items without having to take out an entire wallet. It really works well for me, and I hope it can work well for you too. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.